What is going on today, everybody? So back at the Greg A Garage for another video. We got a lot of things going on in this video, but first and foremost, I just want to say we got a care package in from our buddies at Thin Air Diesel. Got a sweet hat and got a nice Mechanical Mafia. They got some really cool t-shirts. So if you have a 12 valve, you're into 12 valve stuff, they have an amazing website, have some great products. Really nice hats, really nice t-shirts. So if you want, go head over to their website. I'll put the information down in the description and kind of right here. We got a special box in from them today. We're not going to say what it is. It's going to be at a later date install video, but we got some parts for the 12 valve from those guys. Like I mentioned, really great products, really good stuff. Go check them out. The owner is a down-to-earth great guy. Strongly recommend him. But anyway, enough of that. We have a whole lot of stuff. So what you saw in the beginning of this video was we dropped the 12 valve back off at the Tint Guy GT Services, another great guy, another great company that I use quite frequently. Nothing but grade A, top quality stuff. So the 12 valve is back there getting the tint completely finished, completely done. What you guys saw was just the beginning. It wasn't anywhere near finished, complete, or done. But once that's done, we'll go back over that completely when it's 100% done. But it was looking awesome so far. This video, we are going to be installing some parts on Jesse No Boost's truck. So we are going to get this video rolling. We got a lot of cool stuff getting installed on his truck.
Okay. Damn water. Water's all over the place, man.
Oh, you can hear the thunder.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
Greg A weather report, seeing that we love to talk about the weather so much. It is forecasted to rain about 5 or 6 inches tonight. And it's already downpoured once, as you can tell. So we are taking precautionary measures because we got a lot of work to do and the rain doesn't slow us down. So that's what we're doing.
No rain. No, I can't.
So if you are just tuning in with us on this build, this is Jesse, who we call No Boost. We call No Boost because when the truck was stock, it just didn't have any sack, so it had no boost. So that's just, his nickname is kind of stuck like that. So there really is no other meaning to it besides that. But anyway, 0659 Mega Cab. We've done pretty much everything. He bought this thing about a year ago. It was completely stock. Where it's at right now, just to give you a brief background, if you are jumping in for the first time, basically has a AirDog 165 4G pump, has a Fleece 472 second gen swap, all from Fleece Steed Speed T4 manifold. Tuning from HPP, higher power performance. We get all of our parts, tuning included, all from our buddy at Michael at GAROFALO Enterprises. His information is always down in the description. What else do we have done to this thing? Because I can't remember now that I'm on camera.
Tranny.
Oh, how could we forget the main key ingredient? The transmission is a fully built Muldoon's diesel transmission, probably stage 3. Stage 3? Yeah. So fully built, completely, that's where all of our transmission work is done as well, so go check him out. What we're going to be doing now, basically to give you a background, is we pretty much have built this entire truck minus everything inside the valve cover. What we are going to be doing now, and also CP3. So what we're going to be doing now is the fuel system behind the air and the base components that we've already done. So what we're going to be installing over the next couple days is a set of Fleece 100% over injectors, Fleece 10mm pump, ARP 625 studs, Manton push rods, Hamilton valve springs as well, and I believe that's it. I'm probably forgetting stuff, I always do. But we're just gonna jump right into it, disassembling everything. I'll show you guys. I've been over a lot of the technical details in the injector and CP3 install on my 2008 truck, but we'll go over tips and tricks along the way here just to refresh if you haven't watched those videos. So first up on the installation checklist, we are just going to get this out of the way, seeing it doesn't really pertain to anything inside the valve cover. We're going to be installing the CP3. Huge shout out, huge thank you to Fleece Performance. Jesse's truck pretty much has everything that they offer almost on their website. Complete fueling system, complete air system from Fleece Performance. Great guys over there. They've been helping us out with everything on this build, so we are glad to support them. Go check them out. They have a lot of Duramax and Dodge Common Rail products. Alrighty, so it's a little dim lit even with this awesome light above us, but it is kind of hard to see. My other video did give a detailed instruction, but I'll just go over things here and there. So we got the AirDog feed line off the CP3, got the return disconnected, and the hard line that goes to your injection rail. That is all off. Got the FCA plug off, which is here. Also did just loosen the 27mm nut from the cover, which is very hard to see. That gives you a little bit better look right there. There is a nut and a washer attaching the CP3 to the gear. I removed that with a small magnet and a pick installed. That way I can slide it right off so it doesn't drop in the timing case. That is a very bad day if that happens. Also, we removed the belt to gain a little bit more room down inside there. But that's pretty much it. All we have to really do now is pull the three 13mm nuts from around the back side of the CP3, and that will come right off. Alright, so got the old CP3 out, got the new one sitting here. The only thing we're really going to be swapping over is the AirDog fitting that goes in the top here for the feed. Everything else, the return is a banjo fitting, the back is the hard line right there. So got the new O-ring lubed up. Unlike the older trucks that have keyways and top dead centers, these are pretty much, you know, just press fit gears. There is no keyway, nothing you have to line up. All you really got to do is just pop it out, pop the new one back in, tighten the nut in the proper sequence. That's pretty much it. We'll get this guy put in. That'll be it for the CP3. CP3 installation is not really that big of a deal. Biggest key thing is not dropping this nut down in the timing case. But besides that, pretty straightforward job, guys. Alrighty, and not that there is much to see, but there you go. Fleece 10mm CP3 installed. Seeing that I've done a few, probably hour and a half. So, like I mentioned, next up is everything inside the valve cover. Push rods, valve springs, head studs, and the fleece injector. So we are gonna start tearing this apart and start installing all that stuff. Alrighty, and that is pretty much torn down, ready for the new parts. It's actually already 8 o'clock, so what we're going to end up doing is start on the head studs and valve springs tomorrow. What we're actually going to do now is get a temporary drive pressure gauge. Jesse doesn't really want to keep a drive pressure gauge in the cab. I mean, technically if you have your setup pretty much not changing and you leave it in there for a while and your drive to boost pressure is in check and is good, there's really no reason to keep a drive pressure gauge in there. So we're going to hook up a temporary drive pressure gauge just so when we put it all together, get retuned for the additional fuel, that we know the boost and drive and everything is in check. That's pretty much it, guys. This assembly went very well. This truck is extremely clean. Jesse's truck really only has around roughly 100-ish thousand miles, so everything is going well so far. No issues, no hiccups. No boost is staying clean and organized over here.
This is making me so happy.
Look at this. The OCD is real tonight, boys. Everything is labeled, cleaned. Should be able to get this knocked out here soon. Valve spring compressor tool, which I do not own, which now I will own. Going to be here tomorrow, and the push rods will be here tomorrow. So we pretty much have the studs, 625s, good to go. This light, though, is key.
Lifesaver.
Lifesaver. Any final words here?
No. Pumped. Pump it up!
They're going to expect some burnouts.
No, we're going to do some burnouts.
All right. I'm just putting that on camera now.
Oh, yeah. You really think me, of all people? Come on. This poor truck's in for it here shortly.
Oh, boy. So when we were talking before about removing the sound deadening material from the firewall, that is why. Because it basically sits right over the last 2-3 cylinders, and when you're working in here, having that out is so extremely nice. So,
and for the record, it's not any louder or hotter or anything in the cab while taking it off.
No?
Now that it's off. No. Not at all.
You heard it.
It's just loud, period.
So the injector cores we do have to send back to Fleece. There is a core charge on those, so we are going to be sending those back. The CP3, on the other hand, is for sale. Still in good shape. No issues, no problems. Obviously just upgrading to for performance. But if you are interested in a stock 5.9 off of an 06 CP3, 100,000 miles-ish, I forget exactly what's on there, but that is for sale. I don't know, what are we saying? 250?
250, yeah, 250. See ya.
250 shipped. We'll send it to you. So get with Jesse. I'll put his Instagram name right there. Hit him up. It's always in the description anyway if you want to follow him. There you go. Alright guys, so that's pretty much the first part of the installation of your drive pressure gauge. So for those of you who aren't, I guess, technically familiar with drive pressure, boost pressure is a measure on your inlet side. Drive pressure is a pressure measurement on your exhaust side, which is really in turn, you know, without going into mathematical science, is measuring the efficiency of your turbo. If you have a lot of boost and even higher drive, then you got some mismatched numbers there. Basically, you're trying to stick to a 1-to-1 ratio. 60 pounds of boost, 60 pounds of drive. A little bit higher on the drive pressure is not all that bad, but if you have a lot of drive pressure, your exhaust side on your turbo might be too small. So what this copper coil is doing is taking the heat coming off of your exhaust and dissipating that before it gets to your pressure sensor on the other end. If you were to have that pressure sensor obviously right on the manifold taking all that heat, it wouldn't last very long, if at all. So this copper coil dissipates heat before the sensor gets to it. It's the same kit that I have on my 05. Again, this is a temporary setup. We're not keeping a drive pressure gauge in this truck, but for tuning purposes, this will allow us to know if the turbo is sized correctly to the fuel that's coming in, to the boost the truck's making, basically an overall, just another tuning tool to make sure everything is in check, and when we give this thing full throttle over here, that, again, pretty much if the turbo is sized correctly, not so much on the intake, but on the exhaust side, making sure that the flow numbers that it's putting out, the turbo can then utilize and use and not get backed up. Testing, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2. Alrighty guys, that is pretty much gonna wrap up this video. Normally, I would be standing over here in this corner of the shop because that's the best lighting to close out this video.
Yep.
But here's what we got going on in this situation here. Got the Harley. Got the 05. Oh, what the heck is this? This is pretty much pushed in. The door will close, but that's about it. That's about all the room you got. But we got to keep this baby inside. We don't want anything. The moisture content and the humidity is going all over the place, so the concrete floor in the shop actually keeps the inside of here pretty good. But
Old Bert's got a place to sleep tonight inside.
alright guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Part 2 of the no boost build is gonna be tomorrow. We'll see how quickly we can get this wrapped up. Pretty much, I mean, it should... What do you do? Your face. That's an ugly face, let me tell you. It's a face only a mother could love.
Damn
anyway,
right, my mama loves me.
Hit that like button before you leave. Subscribe if you haven't already. We will see you guys tomorrow. See ya.